Hi, I thought I'd pop on here. I have a question. With everybody starting to post and talk about the happy sadness of the holiday coming up, with the materialism and the feeling of loss, the feeling of struggle, I was wondering, does anybody else embrace it like I've made a choice to the last few days and the last few years, actually? There's a really great YouTuber. She's younger than us older girls. Her name is Candy Johnson. And I really like her. I derive a lot from her. She's a Christian, strong in her faith. She's definitely has made some big mistakes and has been ridiculed and persecuted for it on YouTube. But she's been real about it. Anyways, a few years ago, she lost her dad, like I did. And I went through a terrible depression. Terrible. I mean, a scary depression. Like really, like scary. Like the type of depression people talk about that I could never relate to. And it took years, a few years for me to come back out of it. So scary that I decided I will never allow myself to go in such a hole where the devil lives. That's the only way I can describe it. It sounds dramatic when I say it like that, but it was really true for me personally. It was very true. Anyways, a few years ago, I made the conscious decision that during the holidays, I was going to live bigger in the glory of my dad. My dad loved the holidays. He made the holidays. I didn't come from wealth. My dad had a lot of health issues, a lot of self-inflicted. He broke his back many a times, was in body casts, drank excessively at times. He was a perfectly flawed man in my eyes. Wonderful man. I derived the best of my personality from him, and unfortunately, I had to weed through and live through the bad. But we all have. We've all had those situations, I'm sure, good and bad. We can all mark things off on our childhood that we go, oh, it was so traumatic. Yeah, well, suck it up, buttercup. We all go through it. And we all need to come out the other side stronger and take the good with the bad and make something great from it. So that's kind of my theory of today is I make a conscious choice to make myself get out my creative stuff, my decorations, and I make myself take things apart and remake things and make new things. And I allow myself to feel sad for that day. I allow myself to feel bad throughout the day sometimes. But then I say, okay, suck it up, buttercup, time to get it on. Get on with it. Move forward. It's normal. I think we live in a society where we have told ourselves that life should be perfect and we should never feel bad and we should never grieve our loved ones and we should never be pissed at the world or even shake our fists at God. No, he gets it. He understands it. That's part of growing. That pain is part of that pushing up through the soil as a seed germinates and prospers. So anyways, with all the materialism that's going on, and will continue to go on for the next 30, sometimes 40 days, what are you doing, or what have you caught yourself allowing to get out of balance? I've tried to thin my wardrobe down the longer I'm on this earth, knowing what lines look good on me, what textures look good on me, what more simpleness looks better on me, and then I allow myself little fun things. I love jewelry. Not wearing much today. No, not much at all. I love jewelry, so I choose to make a backdrop for my jewelry. And it's the same thing with the holidays. I'm choosing to make a backdrop for what the real meaning of the season's for. And it has helped me not be in such a depressive mood when it comes to holidays or seasons. I pray for all of you that are going through that journey, that haven't gotten through to that journey yet, but it's going to get better if you make a conscious decision. And you have to change that mantra in your head. You don't have to listen to everything and everybody's boo-hooing and whining and negativity. And I'm not saying sharing their heart by any means. I'm not talking about people that share their heart and discuss how they're going through a hard time, and so people know, so they can pray for them. I'm talking about the constant nasty negativity, the bah humbug, the pissing and moaning that people do in the stores. You have to find a way. Hum to yourself, start making a list in your head, do something that distracts your ears from listening to it, because it's like a drip, 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 and it will pound a hole in you. So anyways, I'd love to hear what people do to distract themselves and better themselves throughout the holidays. Me, I make my dad's cookie recipe. Haven't perfected it yet, but I ball through it. I must throw away at least 3 batches. But I make myself live bigger, better, and grander in his memory. And I allow myself, if I need to excuse myself and go to the bathroom and have a little boohoo session and clean up my eyeliner and get back out there, I allow myself to feel sad. But I allow and make a conscious decision not to wallow in it. I just want you to know that everybody that has posted or talks about it or has blogged about it that I follow that are really struggling and have felt really poopy lately, I'm praying for you, and I legitimately mean that. I have a list that I leave inside my Bible that I write everybody's names and little bleeps behind it, and I truly mean it. I truly pray for every one of you, which I know a lot of you do for me, and I so appreciate it. That's what I love about this, I think, is it's an outlet, and it's a connection, another connection that we can make. So just know today and every day from therefore on that God loves you and I love you, and all of us that connect on here, we truly do love each other, and it's going to get better and we're going to get through it. And never forget, you're never too old to start having a great childhood. Talk to you later.